Vedham Puthithu is one of those Tamil films that still feels bold and relevant decades after its release. Directed by the legendary veteran director Mr. Bharatharaja. The movie is not just a family drama or a social commentary, it is a powerful challenge to caste discrimination and religious orthodoxy. Released in 1987, at a time when discussing caste oppression openly in mainstream cinema was still controversial, the film stood apart for its courage, emotional depth, and uncompromising message. Even today, many viewers consider it one of the most important social films ever made in Tamil cinema because it questions traditions that are often accepted without scrutiny and asks audiences to look at humanity beyond caste and religious identities. The story revolves around Balu, played memorably by Sathiraj, a rough-talking, outspoken village man who has little respect for social hierarchies and blind religious practices. His life intersects with that of a young Brahmin boy whose circumstances force him into an unfamiliar and often hostile environment. As events unfold, the relationship between these characters becomes the emotional heart of the film. Rather than presenting a simple hero versus villain narrative, the movie explores how prejudice is embedded in social structures and everyday behavior. Despite his radical views, he is respected because of his generosity. His son Sankarapandi, played by Raja, returns from the city and falls in love with Vaidaki, played by Amla, the daughter of the Orthodox Brahmin priest Nilkantha Sastrigal, played by Sarah Hazen. This love affair sparks chaos. The Brahmin community sees it as pollution of their caste purity, while Balu is forced to swallow his pride and prostrate before them to protect his son. Vadahi resists her father's attempts to marry her off, even faking her death to escape. But tragedy strikes. Sankarapandi and Nilkantha die in a confrontation, leaving Vadahi's younger brother, a devout Brahmin boy, orphaned and abandoned by his own community. The screenplay gradually reveals the cruelty of caste-based discrimination through incidents that feel natural and believable rather than melodramatic. What makes the story particularly effective is that it never feels like a lecture. The emotional struggles of the characters carry the message organically, making the audience empathize with them rather than merely observe them. The film also exposes the contradictions within society, where people who claim moral superiority often participate in exclusion and injustice. The climax is especially powerful because it directly confronts the consequences of rigid social divisions and leaves viewers with questions that linger long after the movie ends. One of the strongest aspects of the storytelling is its realism. Bharatharaja was known for bringing authentic rural life to the screen, and that strength is clearly visible here. The villages, customs, dialects, and social relationships all feel genuine. The characters speak like real people rather than cinematic creations designed only to deliver messages. This authenticity helps the film connect emotionally because the issues being discussed feel rooted in everyday life. Even the supporting characters contribute meaningfully to the narrative by representing different attitudes toward caste, religion, and social change. The script balances emotional drama with social criticism so effectively that neither element overshadows the other. As a result, the film succeeds both as a moving human story and as a thought-provoking social statement. When it comes to music, the contribution of Devyendaran is outstanding. He understood the emotional core of the film and crafted music that enhanced its themes without overwhelming them. The songs are rooted in the rural setting of the story, carrying a sense of authenticity that matches the visuals and characters. The melodies have a natural flow and emotional warmth that make them memorable even years later. Instead of relying on flashy orchestration, the music focuses on mood, atmosphere, and emotional resonance. This approach allows the audience to feel closer to the characters and their struggles. The background score deserves special praise because it subtly amplifies the emotional impact of key scenes. Whether it is a moment of tenderness, conflict, loneliness, or social tension, Devyendaran's music provides the perfect emotional texture. The score never tells viewers what to feel in an obvious way. Instead, it gently guides them into the emotional world of the characters. This restraint is one of the reasons why the film continues to feel timeless. Many modern films use loud and intrusive background music, but Vedham Puthithu demonstrates how powerful understated scoring can be. The melodies retain the earthy flavor of rural Tamil Nadu, while also carrying the sophistication that characterized his compositions during that era. Even listeners who are not familiar with the film often appreciate its soundtrack because of its emotional richness and musical craftsmanship. As for direction, Bharatharaja delivers one of the finest works of his career. What immediately stands out is his confidence in handling a sensitive and potentially controversial subject. He does not dilute the message to make it more comfortable or commercially safe. Instead, he confronts social realities directly while ensuring that the film remains engaging as a piece of cinema. This balance is extremely difficult to achieve. Many issue-based films become preachy or overly dramatic, but Bharatharaja avoids both traps through careful characterization and realistic storytelling. His direction shines in the way he captures village life. The locations are not presented as picturesque backdrops but as living environments shaped by social structures and cultural practices. Every frame feels connected to the world of the story. The visual choices make the narrative more immersive and emotionally convincing. Another major strength of the direction is the handling of performances. Satyaraj delivers one of the best performances of his career under Bharatharaja's guidance. His portrayal of Balutevar is layered and complex. The character appears rough and aggressive on the surface, but beneath that exterior lies compassion, integrity, and a strong sense of justice. Bharatharaja allows the character to evolve naturally, making him feel like a real person rather than a symbolic figure. The performances of the supporting cast are equally convincing, contributing to the film's realistic atmosphere. The pacing of the film is also worth mentioning. Bharatharaja takes his time developing the characters and relationships, allowing the audience to become emotionally invested in their journeys. Some contemporary viewers accustomed to faster editing might find the pace slower than modern films, but this deliberate rhythm serves the story well. It creates space for reflection and emotional engagement, which are essential to the film's themes. Visually, the film reflects Bharatharaja's signature style. The rural landscapes are beautifully captured without romanticizing poverty or social inequality. Natural lighting, authentic locations, and grounded cinematography help create a sense of realism that strengthens the narrative. The visual storytelling often communicates emotions and ideas more effectively than dialogue. This subtlety demonstrates Bharatharaja's skill as a filmmaker and his trust in the audience's intelligence. Looking at the film today, what is most impressive is how relevant it remains. The issues of caste discrimination, social exclusion, and the conflict between tradition and human values continue to be discussed in contemporary society. While the film is firmly rooted in the cultural context of 1980s Tamil Nadu, its central message about human dignity and equality has universal significance. The courage with which it addresses these themes is one of the reasons why it continues to be studied, discussed, and celebrated. In colloquial terms, Vedham Puthithu is not the kind of movie you watch just for entertainment and forget the next day. It is the kind of film that stays in your mind because it dares to ask uncomfortable questions. The story hits hard because it feels real, the music touches the heart without trying too hard, and the direction is mature, fearless, and deeply human. Bharatharaja takes a sensitive social issue and turns it into compelling cinema, while Devyandran provides a soundtrack that elevates every emotion. Even after nearly 4 decades, Vedham Puthithu remains a landmark in Tamil cinema, a film that proves movies can entertain, move audiences emotionally, and challenge society at the same time. Vedham Puthithu is not a light watch, it's a raw, emotional, and politically charged film that forces viewers to confront caste oppression and hypocrisy. With Satyaraj's commanding presence, Devyandran's soulful music, and Bharatharaja's fearless direction, it remains a classic of Tamil social cinema, relevant even decades later.